What is going on, YouTube? It was an absolutely insane freaking day. We made a little over 25K, 20K on some Top Step X accounts, and about 5K on some MFF accounts. So absolutely insane freaking day. Everybody ended up banking. We are going to be going over the trade that we ended up taking in the morning, and then the second trade that I actually ended up taking by myself at the gym. But the funny thing is about the second trade in the afternoon short, everybody in the group ended up taking this exact same short. It was absolutely crazy, but freaking banger day, all things considered, with NFP being tomorrow and the day before NFP, which is absolutely crazy, but absolutely killer day. We absolutely crushed it. So again, we're going to be going over the trade that we ended up taking in the morning with the group. If you guys want to join the group, link will be in the description down below. I know, shameless plug, but you guys need to get in here before the prices go up, because in my opinion, this is the best freaking Discord to learn from. We absolutely kill it. We practice patience. But yeah, we absolutely destroyed today. But we'll be going over both the trades with the Discord right now. So catch you guys in the recap with the Discord, and let's get to it. But all right, guys, welcome into the recap. Today was a pretty good day, all things considered, with NFP being tomorrow, and I have a pretty good idea of what NFP is going to do tomorrow, just based off this 1 hour structure here. But you know, we'll see what happens in the morning. But yeah, looks like everybody's green here. So go ahead and react to the message if you haven't already. But it looks like most of the people are green. I don't see any reds here. So really, really good job today. But yeah, let's go ahead and recap the day, the trade we ended up taking, and then this PM trade that I ended up taking. And I know a lot of you guys ended up taking the same exact trade. So killer fucking day today. So, all right, so let's get to it. Okay, so obviously today was a bit of a messy morning. We did have the London lows, which were my target here in the morning. And again, it was a bit of a messy morning because of, you know, all this high resistance price action here going all the way until 11:30. Can you guys hear me? I think you guys can hear me, right? All right. Anyways. Okay, so the reason why I was short bias here in the morning, right? It was very, the price action here in the morning going into the New York session was very sideways, especially for ES. Like if you're looking at ES here on the bottom of the screen, it was very, very sideways. Okay, so the previous day high here for ES was right there. And you can see here at 9:30, we ended up sweeping the previous day high on NQ. All right, so we ended up getting an SMT divergence at the previous day high between these two correlated assets. ES did not sweep it here at 9:30. We were kind of just chilling down here. So we had an SMT divergence, right? And since we're at all-time highs, you guys already know that all-time highs, there's literally nothing at all-time highs. It's uncharted territory. There's really nothing that we can use in terms of like PD arrays, in terms of key levels or anything like that. So what we got to do, and what I recommend doing, is using the previous day range for, you know, for confluences, such as the previous day high. So we ended up getting an SMT divergence at the previous day high. 9:35 ends up sweeping that high again. So we end up getting a lower time frame SMT near the previous day high here with ES, right? So if I take out the ES chart again, you'll see, again, previous day high SMT, and then an SMT again at 9:35 right here. So two SMTs, SMT at previous day high, and then SMT right here at 9:35. So we have two bearish SMTs. So what I'm looking for here, since we don't have a 15-minute key level or PD array to work with, we end up getting a 1 minute change in the state of delivery. So this is telling me that price action most likely will want to come down to these relative equal lows, which are the London lows, okay? First TP, though, was right here at the 850 low. And you can see we ended up getting in at around 944, 943, and some of you guys ended up getting in a better fill than me at 945 and 946. But this ended up slamming down to the first TP, and then the psychological TP, which was 21,500, which ended up reversing right back up to the upside here and tapping or retapping the CISD here at 1020. And you can see the reaction here. It was really, really nice. And at the same time, we had ES with the equal lows, which I was confident in this, wanting to send NQ lower. But again, it ended up fucking around for a little bit longer during the 950 to 1010 macro. ES ended up sweeping the previous day high, and then it ended up falling. But we ended up making another SMT here with NQ right there. So another bearish SMT between the assets, and that ended up sending price all the way down to the London low, where price ended up reversing. And if you guys noticed today, the reversals or the sweeps on liquidity ended up happening in every single macro, right? Do you guys notice that? So the 850 macro starts here, ended up sweeping liquidity. 950 macro starts here, ended up sweeping liquidity in those 20 minutes. 1050 macro starts there, sweeps the London low. That's where the TP was hit, right? And then it ends up reversing. And now over here, the 1151 as well, we ended up sweeping some sort of liquidity here and coming into that 5-minute fair value gap right there that ended up sending price way higher to make a new high of day. And this is where I ended up going short right around here because I noticed what 1250 to 110 macro ended up sweeping liquidity there with a nice doji candle here. Now, another confluence that I had for this short idea, and I'm sure a lot of you guys did too, was on the 15-minute chart. We had what? What did we have on the 15-minute chart here? I'm not even going to say anything. Type it in chat if you guys know what we had here on the 15-minute chart. I want to see if you guys have been studying or not. What do we have here on the 15-minute chart right here? What do we have on the 15-minute chart? Come on, guys. Don't leave me hanging. What do we have here on the 15-minute chart? There you go. Yep, CRT, right? We had a candle range, 12 p.m., right? 12 p.m., the new 6-hour candle, opened higher to sweep out the current high of day and the morning high. And then the 15-minute candles struggled to close a body above the high right here, right? So this is my candle range, 12 p.m., 15-minut candle. All right, so I see that. Okay, I see that there. And I believe we also had an SMT divergence with ES here somewhere. Or I don't think we did. Never mind, I'm tripping. But I ended up seeing that the 1250 ended up sweeping this high right here and closing as a doji candle. So it was pretty much turtle sweeping the high here at a key time during the macro. And we had that 15-minute range. And then we ended up getting a nice displacement here at 1 p.m. Now, this is valid if it's opening lower, if you're expecting distribution to the downside, right? Because you know how I always say that you want open lows for bullish price action, or if you're expecting bullish price action, you want open lows first, right? Well, if you're looking at candle ranges or any ranges and you're expecting distribution to the downside, an open low is perfectly fine, right? So 1 p.m. opens lower, displaces lower, and we form this order block here or this change in the state of delivery on the 5-minute. This is where I end up going short. I ended up going short a little bit sooner than this forming because I was expecting this to close like this, and it ended up closing like that, and then it taps it about twice before, dumping. What was this? Dumping over 75 points. So I know a lot of you guys ended up catching this as well, but it ended up dumping right down to the morning low there. So it was a really good short right there, and then obviously the rest of the day just ended up tapering off here. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete all this. But the rest of the day ended up tapering off here off of this 5-minute fair value gap right there. So ended up respecting this 5-minute FEG for the rest of the day, and it continuously made lower lows. So we ended up souping this down here. Nice reaction back to the upside. Hit this order block again, or hit this OB one more time. And then it ended up going lower. Hit this order block one more time. Ended up sliding lower. Came back up. Changed delivery here. Hit it. The bodies are respecting the opening price of this candle here. And then goes, it went way lower for the rest of the day here going into the closing. So really, 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 really nice day, if I got to say so myself. And I think that tomorrow, we are going to finally start pushing lower. I think we're going to head for this low here, that low there, obviously, right? Because we are displacing towards these lows. And I think on the 4-hour, Yeah, I mean, we have a fair value gap there. I think we head back into this range here, into the previous all-time high range. So we're finally starting to get nice displacement to the downside. So this is finally starting to show, eagerness to come back lower, to retrace, to go higher. So um, yeah, I'm looking for displacement to the downside. And again, if it doesn't happen tomorrow, if we don't get like a big reversal tomorrow, then again, we're just going to be playing the upside because again, we are at all-time high. So we'll have to see what happens tomorrow. But I think that we are going to finally start pushing lower back into that 4-hour fair value gap. So again, we'll have to see what happens tomorrow. But very, very nice day today. That was the recap on the trades and the day. Somebody's asking, does this fall under any daily profile? Um, it's kind of difficult to trade the daily profiles at all-time highs, but if I had to, give this day a daily profile, I would say it was a London Judas and New York reversal daily profile because we did end up sweeping the London lows, even if the London lows used this 1 hour fair value gap to sponsor the move higher. Since we're at all-time highs again, it's just very difficult because we don't have anything to reverse from up here. So it's kind of like it's hard to give this day a daily profile, right? Like it's just all-time high is a little bit difficult with that. But again, it just got to take it day by day and use the previous day ranges. But yeah, J-Bo's asking Asia sells. Nah, I'd rather just wait for NFP, bro. I think tomorrow's going to be pretty good. So yeah, I'm thinking that we come and take all this low resistance liquidity here and then these two sell side levels there into that 4-hour fair value gap. I think that's what's going to end up happening. This daily candle looks really, really good. And if we're looking at CRT on the daily chart, I mean, this looks like a fire play here. So I think we could come down into this fair value gap that broke that high. Remember, if we're bullish, this fair value gap that ended up breaking the previous all-time high needs to be respected. So it would make sense for this to come all the way lower, tap into that, and if they want to take it higher, they would take it higher from here. So you ever trade pre-market NFP after release? Sometimes. Not usually, but we'll see. I mean, if there's a setup that makes sense in pre-market before NFP, then I'll end up taking it. But yeah, tomorrow could be a Friday expansion. Today could be the high of week. The 4-hour looks really, really solid for the high of week. And then tomorrow, obviously Friday, about 70 to 80% of the time caps the weekly range. So we have the weekly low down here, and we have the current weekly high right there. So where does discount lie right here in this range? So it lies right below that 4-hour fair value gap. So we could come all the way down here. And don't think that we can't, because I've seen this market do some crazy things before. So, yeah, we'll have to see what happens tomorrow. But, yeah, really solid fucking day, guys. Good job, everybody that banked today. Really nice job. I seen everybody, or I see most of you guys bank quite a bit today. So I don't want anybody coming into tomorrow fucking over leveraging or trying to, just because you're like super confident and super happy about today. Just keep your head keep your head on your shoulders, bro. Keep your head on a swivel, right? Do not start over leveraging just because you won a lot today. All right. Remember, just come into the day, lower your expectations, because when you lower your expectations, when you don't have any expectations, those are the best days. Because if you have expectations and you come into the market expecting a big ass day like today, you can be disappointed and you can spiral and you can tilt and you can chase losses. So everybody keep their head on their shoulders. Don't get all fucking, super confident and shit. Just remain humble, right? Like Luis is saying right here, stay humble or the market will humble you. Fucking great saying. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the recap here. We're actually taking out the sell side right now, but hopefully you guys enjoy the recap. I will catch you guys tomorrow morning. I got to do some stuff right now. I got to record a bunch of videos for the program that I am releasing sometime this month. But yeah, appreciate everybody pulling up. Appreciate everybody learning. Everybody killed it today. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow for the NFP trading day. All right, guys. Have a good rest of your guys' day. If you guys need me, as always, tag me in chat or DM me. I will catch everybody later. Have a good rest of you guys' day. Peace out.